So in this module, we went through and took a look at how we do pen testing as far as sniffing is concerned. We talked about the purpose. Again, the purpose is to audit traffic, to discover rogue applications, as well as rogue DHCP servers and rogue DNS servers. Again, while you're doing this process, if you find some of these devices out there, you need to make sure you take care of them right away. And then we also talked about that we use this type of pen test to discover unauthorized networking devices. Now, the steps that we went through, or the different attacks that we would do in our pen test, would include the MAC flood concept, overloading the switch so that we can turn it into a hub and therefore sniff across the switch. We also talked about DHCP starvation attacks, where we try to chew up all the IP addresses in the DHCP scope and then implementing our own rogue DHCP server and actually at that point pwning the whole network. We also talked about trying to implement an ARP poison attack as well as a MAC spoofing attack. If I can poison everyone's ARP tables or change the MAC address of my system to make it look like it's legit, again, I can perform things like man-in-the-middle attacks. We also talked about trying to implement an IRDP spoofing attack. Again, this is where we use a protocol that's designed for listening, but because there is no authentication associated to it, it creates a vulnerability for us that we can actually change routing rules. And then, of course, we talked about DNS spoofing as well as the cache poisoning. Again, the differences here is being able to set up your own DNS server versus affecting the cache of a local machine. And then, of course, we also looked at proxy server DNS poisoning. So now that we've done this portion of the pen test, we'll then move on to looking at social engineering